On June 19th, 2025, we gather not merely to mark the passage of lives, but to illuminate the legacies that continue to shape us. These individuals, actors, politicians, musicians, civic leaders, theologians, and visionaries, did not simply pass through history. They carved new paths through it. They dared to dream, to create, to challenge, and to lead. Through stages and courtrooms, city halls and concert halls, they left behind more than achievements. They left behind echoes of character, courage, and commitment. Today, we honor their journeys, not just the dates or titles, but the spirit with which they lived. Let their story speak, one by one. Jack Betts was a man of 1,000 faces and countless emotions, embodying the soul of cinema from Hollywood's golden age to the digital era. Known in European film circles as Hunt Powers, Jack brought rugged gravitas to Italian spaghetti westerns while also delivering emotionally rich performances in American dramas and soap operas. In One Life to Live, he exuded the charisma of a veteran actor. In Spider-Man, he left his mark with subtlety and presence. Off-screen, Jack was a mentor and gentle soul, always willing to share his wisdom with younger performers. His 6-decade career wasn't just about acting. It was about presence, precision, and passion. He gave himself wholly to his art, and in doing so, gave us characters we will never forget. John R. Cassoni didn't just reach for the stars. He helped humanity touch them. As one of NASA's most pivotal engineers, he led critical missions, including Voyager, Galileo, and Cassini. The trajectory of his career mirrored that of the spacecraft he built, ambitious, precise, and full of awe. His leadership in deep space missions reshaped planetary science and helped unlock mysteries we're still exploring today. Colleagues remember him not just for his technical brilliance, but for his humility, generosity, and unwavering belief in the possible. In classrooms, conferences, and mission control, he inspired future dreamers and engineers. When we look at Saturn's rings or hear Voyager's distant signal, we're also hearing the legacy of John Cassini, a pioneer who sent his dreams soaring into the cosmos. Few politicians leave behind such an enduring legacy as Bruce Hagen, who served as North Dakota's Public Service Commissioner for nearly 40 years. In that role, he became synonymous with trust, consistency, and competence. His decisions impacted energy policy, utility oversight, and public infrastructure development across the Midwest. But more than that, he symbolized what public service should be: honest, thoughtful, and people-centered. Bruce never sought headlines, only solutions. His dedication helped shape safe, sustainable communities, and he leaves behind generations who benefit daily from his decades of vigilance and vision. Roger Haight was a lightning rod for theological evolution. Unafraid to challenge dogma, his groundbreaking work explored the intersections between modern thought and ancient belief. He pushed for a broader, more inclusive understanding of faith, one rooted in dialogue, humanity, and deep intellectual exploration. Though he faced institutional backlash, including censure from the Vatican, Haight never abandoned his calling. To the countless students and spiritual seekers who read his work or heard him speak, he offered a bridge between mystery and meaning. He reminded the world that faith, like any living thing, must breathe and grow. A trailblazer in every sense, Lynn Hamilton made history on screens big and small. Her role as Donna Harris in Sanford & Son broke barriers, showcasing a black woman in a loving, layered relationship at a time when such representations were rare. She brought the same emotional resonance to appearances in Roots and The Waltons. But beyond the screen, she was an advocate, mentor, and tireless supporter of the arts. Her poise, intellect, and warmth inspired not just viewers, but generations of black actors who followed in her footsteps. She wasn't just part of history. She helped change it. Dorla Eaton Kemper believed in building communities from the inside out. A fierce advocate for education, equity, and the arts, she worked tirelessly on school boards, arts councils, and civic committees. She understood that change happens not through grand gestures, but through steady, thoughtful commitment. To those she worked with, she was a beacon of optimism and resolve. To her city, she was a quiet architect of progress. Her name may not appear in history books, but her fingerprints are on the classrooms, theaters, and parks she fought to preserve. James Leprino turned mozzarella into an empire. Founder and CEO of Leprino Foods, his innovations helped standardize pizza cheese across the globe an industry that today feeds billions. But his story is more than dairy. It's about grit, vision, and humility. A devout Catholic and quiet philanthropist, Leprino rarely gave interviews or sought publicity, instead pouring his success into education and community initiatives. He was a son of immigrants, the builder of dreams, and a man whose legacy stretches from corner pizzerias to corporate boardrooms. Guy James Mangano's life was a study in legal elegance. Serving in New York's Assembly, Senate, and Supreme Court, he became a voice of reason in turbulent times. He was instrumental in reforming court structures, advocating for judicial transparency, and mentoring young attorneys with the same rigor he brought to the bench. To his colleagues, he was a walking legal library. To his community, he was a trusted guide. He believed deeply in the law's power to serve justice, and he wielded it wisely. Frank Nicely was never afraid to stir the pot. Known for his colorful language and strong views, he brought a populist fervor to Tennessee politics. He fought for rural communities, wildlife conservation, and agricultural independence with both stubbornness and sincerity. Though his style sparked debate, his constituents never doubted his loyalty. He was, at heart, a farmer who fought for farmers, a voice for forgotten places and people. Arthur Ali's service to Iowa was marked by empathy and determination. He championed rural health care, public education, and mental health resources, often working across the aisle to find common ground. Known for handwritten notes, long town hall meetings, and fierce attention to detail, Arthur embodied what it means to listen and lead. He wasn't flashy, but he was always there, reliable, present, and quietly powerful. Gaylord Sartain was a rare talent who seamlessly merged humor and poignancy. He brought comic genius to Haw, dramatic gravitas to Mississippi Burning, and unforgettable charm to every frame. But beyond acting, he was also a painter, an illustrator, and a lover of the American South's cultural textures. His laugh was contagious, his eyes mischievous, his characters unforgettable. Gaylord was more than an entertainer. He was an American original. Guido Tennessee's life played like a cult classic. A beloved defenseman in minor league hockey, he gained unexpected stardom portraying himself in Slapshot. His performance added authenticity and heart to one of sports cinema's most iconic films. Off the ice, he mentored young athletes and gave motivational talks that combined humor with hard-earned wisdom. Guido lived with courage, on and off the rink. With a voice as smooth as silk and a beat that moved generations, Kevin Yarbrough turned R&B into gold. Hits like Don't Stop the Music weren't just dance tracks. They were celebrations of love, rhythm, and freedom. Alongside his partner Elisa Peoples, Kevin helped shape the sound of the 1980s and inspired countless soul and funk artists to follow. He brought joy to millions, and that joy lives on in every bass line and chorus he left behind. James Prime made keyboards sing with soul. As a founding member of Deacon Blue, he helped elevate Scottish rock to international acclaim. His playing was emotional storytelling, rich, textured, and never overbearing. Offstage, he was a thoughtful artist and devoted educator, mentoring young musicians and advocating for arts education. His final performances, even while battling cancer, radiated grace and gratitude. Ron Woodbridge gave voice to a revolution. As a member of the Searchers, he rode the wave of the British invasion, bringing harmony and heart to classics like Needles and Pins. His legacy is wrapped in vinyl sleeves, echoing from jukeboxes, and preserved in memories of teenagers dancing in 1960s nightclubs. Ron's music was timeless, and so was he. Today, we remember and honor Jack Betts, John R., Cassani, Bruce Hagen, Roger Haight, Lynn Hamilton, Dorla Eaton Kemper, James Leprino, Guy James Mangano, Frank Nicely, Arthur Ali, Gaylord Sartain, Guido Tennessee, Kevin Yarbrough, James Prime, and Ron Woodbridge. Their contributions to the arts, politics, faith, sports, and industry have left indelible marks on the fabric of our society. Through their work and dedication, they have inspired countless others and shaped the world in ways both seen and unseen. As we reflect on their lives, we celebrate their legacies, grateful for the enduring influence they leave behind. Rest in peace.